The second grouping of persons that one could indeed subsume under the finding there are better imps around on grounds of having worked heavily towards it, and in the aforementioned video mentioned case, and having chosen for themselves, for example, a boyfriend that had but just one signifier referable to my person. Poor chaps chosen though. Second is that circle of people that I have forgotten to mention in the first video, when reminding the question who, if the psychology was involved. I'm not repeating it here because the video is clear. It's structured enough. I've forgotten in that row to mention, but that person that would inform me in 2004, after the Arsenal, was it 2005, on an occasion of a birthday gathering, that now he is a doctor in indeed the field of the psychological. Never, similar to Andreas Papantonopoulos, the so-called love relationship before. Now a tax lawyer, a tax law specialist. Both cases weird, not apt at all. The second case is way clearer though. For persons that still remember Oliver Herzog and knew them then better than I, for example, his buddies. The girlfriend that was there before me, I attempted to include into the complex of stealing a person's work results and leaving any woman's underpanty in a bathroom that she had rented out, together with the flat adjacent, and that I happened to spend a week with a real key upon an invitation or an handout of the key by my then former friend, law study colleague, to use her computer for typing my things in. If those persons, the daughter of the landlady, and the former girlfriend of a Oliver Herzog were the same, then she indeed had to be included. The psychologist might have thought, on grounds of already having been in the nose, that he might indeed stem from that area that I happen also to stem from. Then the case becomes clearer what kind of people were somehow disgruntled and would drag ex-people from elsewhere into their very problems that they had with me, and had never grabbed the ex together in order to tell me but 2 or 3 sentences. Here, for example, we are pissed off that you now go to holiday with those. Here we are pissed off that you are always talking in German and English lessons and we don't. Here we are pissed off because both your parents are earning, and mine, the Cordula Witting case, is merely driving each morning to Bremen as if working there for merely Boeing, assumption already uttered. Here we are pissed off that my mother sometimes tells about your father because she thought, like Dieter Köster, that one is a sexy guy. He's a type, he looks good, he has the muscles, he is new here, we never saw him, we want to have him. On grounds of having been disgruntled, here you have a brother that if he drives to England and comes back with presents, though they were all plastic and from Taiwan. Here we are pissed off that you have a grandmother had, because she was already dead, mid of 80s, that lives in a house and that is the widow of a teacher, thereby getting what do they get, a 2,000 a month or what? Here we are disgruntled that grandmother looks quite good and responds to the forename Enne, that we always happen to hear on grounds of the quote Sendeanlage on your roof, though. Here we are disgruntled that else people elsewhere could have gotten the idea here. Enne, that name is yeah totally special. No one responds here in Germany to the name Enne. My grandmother's, though, I think it is not passport, but it was a nickname. The person is 20 years older than now that one, the border one. Here we are disgruntled that you are looking good, whilst we are getting totally disproportional upon the age of already 14. How that? Here we are disgruntled that I always stayed together with Michaela Fahrenholz all summer afternoons at home, and you are driving with Cordula once in a while in a week to the Hoya Badanstalt. Here we are disgruntled that we tease you once in a while and you don't even recognize her. For example, the first quasi boyfriend, not the Giese one that I count, the other one though I don't. Here we are disgruntled that connects to the question how does one define. Here we are disgruntled that we have set up that very huge business model around your person and you don't even recognize. We told the Alf example. Here we found it so funny to let you know that there is such a series that you of course don't recognize because you read all afternoons and drive to the church organ, or just cycle here and there and visit there and there. All has stopped. All has stopped. What a coincidence. Here we are disgruntled, though we are friends since years, yeah, 4 years. Each morning we get into the car of your mother's, we pay the price then common for getting there and being brought back over the course of, I was the youngest, so I started to drive late, but over the course of a year. Each morning, here we are disgruntled that you drive quite secure, always too fast though. But we arrive early enough, and we never get caught. Now, here we are disgruntled, and people hacked back onto that. They told me nothing, and they paid me that. That cost me 20 years, and this will cost you back.